Welcome back to another episode of the Intellectual Airheads Podcast, starring me, Kelly McKee, and my best friend ever, Manny Katz.
Yo, 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 what's up?
The video puts me on too much pressure. I'm like, I can't think of a fun nickname for her.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. We're too depressed to think of fun nicknames right now.
I'm sorry, guys, but I don't have the energy to be happy-go-lucky this week. It is just... we are in dark times. That's from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
You know that Voldemort comes back. Freaking Trump is basically Voldemort, so he's like he who must not be named.
No, it literally is he who must not be named.
Yeah.
I almost put on Harry Potter last night because that was the state of depression I was in.
Yeah, that's always the good feel good.
But I feel like for me, that's crazy that I was going to put on. That's like you being like, yeah, I just feel like watching Housewives. Like that's not something that like I choose to put on ever.
No.
The last time I did that was when I had bronchitis and I was too sick to like, or maybe it was actually COVID. Maybe it was COVID. It was COVID. I was too sick to watch Housewives. I was like, I can't watch this. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Put on Harry Potter and it was perfect.
Yeah, it really helps.
It's just that chill vibe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are obviously depressed at the results of the presidential election 2024 and also the amendment results in Florida. It's all depressing.
Yeah, it just sucks. And like it's embarrassing for me at the moment. Not like embarrassing, but it's just like I have this video of me saying like right before the election, like on Tuesday, I'm like, guys, I have hope.
I know.
Like I really think like we're not gonna let this happen again. And it's like I just feel so naive. And it's like I go around the world being optimistic.
I'm like, what? World traveler?
No, I'm just optimistic. I go through life and less than I go around the world. But I go through life just trying to remain optimistic, having faith that people are good. And it has shook my whole reality and perception with this, and it is like cold hard facts in my face that I just can't ignore, that people aren't as good as I thought they were. And it's like, I'm not saying that, I don't know, like I don't want to put like blanket statements on it and say that everyone who voted for him is a bad person, but I just can't get over. I can't understand it. I can't get over it. I don't know.
And I think that that's like a good point that you're making. Like, it's not like every single person that voted for Trump is evil and doesn't respect women and thinks that we're horrible and like is like all these things. It's just like, it's so hard for us to understand because it's obviously very conflicting to the way we feel, but they all do believe that they are making the best decision for this country. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow. Like Ian has been teaching me that, emphasis on teaching me that, since the 2016 election.
Yeah.
And I finally am able to accept it, but it's really, really hard when the man represents everything that's horrible in this country. Yeah. And the fact that it's just also the classic trope of like black women women of color have to work so much harder at things to compare with a man, and it's like she's so much more qualified. And I was also, when Joe dropped out and Kamala became the running Democratic candidate, I was like, oh fuck, because I did not have hope in America to elect a woman of color. I was immediately like, guys, like I don't know, like this would be the best thing. Mm-hmm. And obviously Kamala has her fucking flaws. I know it's hard for people to understand that just because we're voting for someone doesn't mean we follow every single thing they say
100%.
And back up every decision they've ever 100%. Made in their 35-year career and as a fucking person in like policy and politics and legislation. Like, hello, we are not ride or dies for politicians out here. They serve us. We don't serve them. Quick reminder. But Kamala getting elected would be so amazing for so many reasons and for so many people. And so, but I was so like, there's just no way.
See, and like a lot of people, a lot of people had that mindset though. Like there's no way, like we're just not far enough along, like people can't do it.
But then I started to believe. I was like, no.
And I fully was like, no way. Like no way. Like that's why it's like shook me so hard, because it really has changed like my perception of reality. Like,
and like when you see the numbers of like who was willing to vote for Joe and then flipped.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like, what could it be besides the fact that she is first a woman, obviously, and then also a woman of color? Like, what could possibly, and you white women out there, oh my God. See, this is my journey that I'm going through with this, of trying not to spread more hate.
I know.
Because I quickly go there.
Yeah.
I quickly go there, and I'm quickly ready to be hateful. But I need to not, because that's not productive in any way at all. But you 69% of white women out there that voted for Trump.
Was it really 69% of white women? And
in when he won in 2016, it was actually, maybe it was in 2020, maybe it was last election. It was 55% of white women. So it went up even higher. Mm-hmm. You need to look inward, and you need to ask yourself why you hate other women, and why specifically you hate other women of color. Okay, thank you. I mean, you're probably not watching
if you're watching this like live, I started smiling while you were saying that, and it's like I'm not agreeing with what you're saying, but Frank is like playing right now with the paper towel. It was really cute. Oh my God, Frank is, after the election, like the night on Tuesday night, we came back here and I was like, I just need to hold this kitten for a second. I literally held him in my arms, just started sobbing, crying.
Fully had a mental breakdown. Right here. Clicked on the lights, the camera, the action.
No, you did not want to see that, Kelly. You didn't even want to see it.
No, I know. And it's crazy because my whole thing that I always say, I wonder if they're going to be able to, we have an incense burning. So if you see smoke in the air, no one's vaping behind the scenes. It's just an incense.
Oh my God. Speaking of though, this election has forced me to go and buy a vape because I was so upset and stressed. And Kelly's, tell him what
I was texting Vanna when she's like, I had to go get a vape. I was like, this Trump presidency will kill us because of our vape addictions. Like,
it's like, no, that this election and this presidency is going to kill me because I needed to vape. I needed some catharsis. It didn't help.
But before Frank's fucking cute ass distracted me, I just think that it's just a time for reflection for everyone, and especially white people. As always, it's always a time for reflection for white people in my book. But it's just very sad, very disgusting. And I keep seeing people say how, like, honestly, I'm not qualified to get into that discussion, so I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, we've obviously been mourning. We've obviously been upset. We've been feeling all the things, and we've just really been coming together though. Like,
no, and this is, I'm not there yet, but I see like hope for this happening. I just think like, especially all of us women who feel so beat down by this like person getting elected, I just really see us all coming together and fighting so much harder, because that's all we can do. Like, that's literally all we can do.
Yeah. And like, kind of like what you're saying is happening to you right now is what happened to me when Trump got elected in 2016. Not even him getting elected, because he at least didn't win the popular vote then. Like, he fucking crushed the popular vote this year or this election. But I was so shocked to see who were Trump supporters, because being white women, we wouldn't know that they would probably have these feelings and beliefs, because we're accepted, you know? Mm-hmm. And so seeing all these people that probably wouldn't love me or care about me as much, or even like associate with me as much, if I didn't look like this, was a very hard and scary thing to deal with. And it's just really fucked up, and it really fucks up your perception of reality. Mm-hmm. But I think that's why this time I was like, it's not gonna fucking work.
No, you're smart. I even was talking to Antonise the day of, and I was like, I have hope, Antonise, and she was like, I don't, and I'm not letting myself like have hope. And I'm like no, I know. I'm like, you were so smart for like,
but I just thought everybody gaslit me. I was like, you're right, you guys, we're gonna do it.
No, I really thought we
and
were.
The freedom track just really wrote me in. Once I saw that, I said, this is my president.
Yeah, 100%.
So 100%. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like don't want to talk about it the whole time, but I mean, we're probably just going to keep coming back to it.
Because it's just like this lingering presence now that just like isn't going away. And every morning I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to make today like a better day. Like I'm not going to be depressed about this. And it's just something smacks me in the face like every day, like after like a few hours of my morning where I'm just like, okay, everything sucks. Everything and everyone sucks. But like, I'm going to keep trying every morning. And it's like, I do and I am. It's like, but it's just, oh my God, please.
And it's like this really weird time where like, normally, you know, like it's kind of like that joke where like you always need at least one friend to be doing okay.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of normally how it goes.
Yes.
It's like when I'm down bad, Amanda's thriving.
Yeah.
When Amanda's down bad, I'm thriving. Same with like all my other friends. And it's just like right now we are all down bad. And like part of the reason why I was getting so adding to my heartbreak and adding to my sadness was thinking about all the greatest people in my life and how depressed they are today too.
Yeah.
Like especially my girls in Florida with the amendment for not passing. I'm like, not my voice breaking. It's just so heartbreaking and
it's scary.
We have survivor's guilt.
On my like way here, I was like, what a time to be alive in like the worst way. Like,
I know, and I think I sat on this very
alive.
I think I sat on this very podcast and said, I'm so glad I'm alive right now. Like recently. I think I said that.
I know.
Which I am still glad that I'm alive right now.
Of course. Like, but it's making it harder.
Texting all my friends on Wednesday, I was like, I didn't want to wake up this morning, and then immediately being like, not in like a dying way, but just like I did not want to face reality. I didn't want to stress anyone out. But that's like what was so weird. It was like everybody was so upset, and like I woke up to so many texts that I just felt like I needed to comfort and console them because that's like normally what I do when my friends are upset. But I just was also like, I don't even have the emotional capacity to respond to this right now because I'm just like,
I was shocked. I'm like, why didn't every man that I know not text me and be like, I'm so sorry about this? That's what I felt like should have happened.
I know.
Do you like ever get like intrusive thoughts?
I can't believe you just yes, Amanda. Okay. All my spiraling is intrusive thoughts.
No, I know, but more like really like wacky stuff where it's like, where did that just even come from?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like a lot of people's like intrusive thoughts are like more like, at least this is what I've gathered from what they've said, are more like kind of like harmful to other people, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden you want to like
stab someone.
Yeah. Where that's never been with me, but like sometimes I get intrusive thoughts about like me like dying. And like almost like I was walking down like the stairs with like laundry, and I'm like, if I just fell down the stairs right now, like I could die, kind of thing.
That's intrusive thoughts. That happens to me 3 times a day.
It happens to you 3 times a day.
Oh my God! Every time I cross the street, I envision a car slamming into me.
Oh my God!
Every single time, and I walk across the street all day, every day.
That's
I'm on these
crazy.
Streets.
I had one last night though, because I was just in a spiral. I like I'm in the upstairs bedroom, and I was like, what if this house wasn't built well and my bed's just gonna fall through the ceiling right now?
I've had those thoughts more so being in like, we film in the basement, and this used to be me and Ian's bedroom, and we switched it. But like, I've thought about that before with like, what if the whole house just concaves on top of me right now?
Oh my God, okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I was laying in bed like that last night, like picturing it so hard, and I'm like, this is so crazy. I'm like, what is making these thoughts pop into my head right now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is like really, really bad. This is a time where it's like, Kelly, you're not a good friend, but I have to share it because it's honestly kind of funny. Amanda, remember, she is Joy from Inside Out. Like, it's honestly like a little bit to a concerning point. But she's really just always like baseline good. Like, she's baseline good. I'm baseline anxious, baseline overwhelmed. She's baseline good. And so it's like, she obviously doesn't relate to a lot of the struggles that I have to deal with. Thank God. That's why we are a perfect team.
Yeah.
But like recently, your mental health has been so bad, and you're like telling me things, and I'm just like, now she knows how I feel every day. It's so bad.
No, it does. Like, I like only appreciate these really tough times so I can understand like where people are coming from sometimes, because like normally I'm not like this, but goddamn,
like, you stressed about that intrusive thought is like, and you being like, oh, thank God other people have this is so funny. I'm literally telling myself I need to break up with my fiance of 9 years because I'm a terrible person and he deserves to be happy with somebody else. I was going through that last night.
No, I know you that's something, but that's like a little bit more like real life, where like some of these like I'm gonna fall down the stairs, or like the ceiling's gonna cave in.
That makes it worse, because then I'm like, is this my gut? Is this my intuition?
No,
and it's like, no, bitch.
No.
Which I think I've talked about before, so I might be repeating. But yeah, that's so funny. And it's also like, I've also been having thoughts that I should probably stop smoking weed. But I probably won't. It's just that if you know, I'm obsessed with the Good Children podcast. Shout out Joe and Andrew. We should be friends. And both of them remind me of myself in different ways. And one of them stopped smoking weed because every time he smoked, he would feel like a bad person, and he would think of all the things and that I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I will randomly send a Snapchat or a text and be like, I'm a bad person. And so like, I just am like, I should probably stop smoking weed.
Okay, I actually had this conversation with my coworkers last night, which is like weird that you brought this up, where like they were talking about how they were like smoking weed like all the time, and then like kind of just realized that like it made them like spiral and get like really anxious like every time. And it like, I think like smoking weed, like it does change over time. Like we obviously like aren't getting like the giggles and like the munchies and stuff like we used to.
I get
before.
the munchies.
I don't know. It's different. You know what I mean though? It's like different. And I think it just is good to take note of the way that it is affecting you, and not just like let it become just such a habit, like this is something I do, and like just like be like, is this serving me anymore? Yeah, because it does like change sometimes. But this is my counterpoint to it, is that I sometimes do spiral and I do get anxiety, and like a lot of the times when I have had like my panic attacks or like stuff like that, it's when I'm high. But I honestly think that some of the thoughts that I'm having are good, and it gives me like a not like an outer body, but like a lifted perspective on my life, where I can like view things in a way, or like it makes you overthink, but it's still my brain, and like the overthinking is kind of good for me to do, because I feel like if I didn't have weed, like I would just like sometimes go throughout my life like not like deeply thinking about certain things. And so sometimes like I feel like you, like I said, like take note to like how it's making you feel. If you're just feeling like you're a bad person, like that's probably not good for you. Yeah. But like if it's just making you delve deeper into thoughts that you might, if you like weren't high, like just brush over and just ignore, then like I feel like that's not necessarily such a bad thing.
No, and I totally agree with you on that. I think it's just about like, I think that it's the times that I'm having a hard day, and instead of sitting and meditating, I smoke, because that used to help me with things. But it's like my brain knows now, girl, this is not enough. You need to meditate and work through this shit. Frank.
He's playing with he was playing with the light cord.
He's so playful
I know. I want to like throw a toy for him so he like doesn't.
I know.
Wait, I have one right here.
It's like, I feel bad. I feel like I'm throwing salt in the wounds, but it's like, I feel like he thrives when you're here.
Yeah, me too.
Frank loves Amanda, and Amanda loves Frank. And I know we've been talking about it for 3 podcast episodes now, but we're having to let go of that dream.
Yeah, we're letting go of that dream. And that's just like added to this whole fucking debacle of a week. And it's really depressing, but you know, things are supposed to happen at certain times, and I guess this isn't my time. So
Amanda's having a lot of big things happening all at once, along with everybody else having this big thing happen at once. And it's crazy because you guys know we talk about our cycles all the time. I've been in my luteal phase, which if this happened October luteal phase, I'm like not saying in a joking way, I would be put inpatient at a mental health facility. Like, I'm not kidding. I was so not okay last month's luteal phase, but this month for some reason I'm doing a lot better. And I think it's been even easier to give myself that time and space I deserve during my luteal phase, because this has all been so depressing already that it's like even more valid.
Yeah. Well, I'm in my follicular phase right now, and that's supposed to be when you're your best. Like my last follicular phase, I was living my best life. I'm like, oh, let me get these TikToks. I look so cute, and I'm like wanting to dance around and like have so much fun. This week I've been in my follicular phase and I've been so fucking down bad. So, you know, take note of your cycles, but sometimes life events come in and it doesn't matter what your hormones say. It's like you might be down bad. And if I was in my luteal phase or even like on my period right now, like I
would also be in the
don't know. Yeah. No, Taylor was like, we literally might have to put you on like watch.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but not even, I wouldn't never want to put you on suicide watch because Amanda would never kill herself. No, I know that's really stupid to say.
No,
but she literally never
No,
would.
I never would. And that's like also like past trauma stuff. Like I just like never would go there. But it just
putting
like
yourself in an environment that could keep you stable.
I would just have to become a recluse. I think I would have just had to sit in my bed and not move and probably wouldn't eat or shower.
But I really wish we had a Frank cam right now.
I know, so that would be really sweet. But I was saying that it was like almost mocking me when I would go on my fucking Lively app and it's like, you should be feeling your best today. And like, I don't remember exactly what the other things are saying, but I'm like, fuck this, I'm not feeling my best right now. But something that has been good is it has been really gloomy and like snowy here, which like sometimes when I'm in a bad mood and it's sunny, beautiful day out, I'm like, it's fucking mocking me.
I know, it's making things worse.
Yeah, and I'm like, please be gloomy. And it has been so gloomy and like snowy, and that's been perfect. And like now, like the next week it's gonna be sunny again. And so I'm like, hopefully like this was like a good like feeling all the feels, feeling all the emotions, and then like once the like sun comes out again, like I'll be able to re-emerge into society like a normal human, hopefully. Like I said, I'm gonna keep trying every day, but like but like I think the sun will help too. I don't fucking know, guys. I'm just trying to pull at anything, but you know, having hope I guess bites you in the ass, so maybe don't do that.
No, we need to all have hope. And it's like what you said, like my therapist also said the same thing when I went Monday, the day before the election, like as horrifying as it is. And like, if people can feel annoyed at us trying to find the positivity in a Trump presidency, that's totally fine and valid as well. But sorry, Frank again. But every time Trump and his supporters do some dumb shit, it creates a whole wave of advocates and advocacy for that group of community that has been directly attacked, because they always love to attack whole communities of people. Mm-hmm. And so every time that happens, it does create solidarity with people. But I also have a theory that we're all just, the empire is falling.
Oh.
I feel like...
No, I'm saying to you.
No, I know you're saying it to me, but I'm so distracted by Frank knocking over our whole entire light setup. Yeah, I'm really scared because they say that like the empires only last like 100 years or so, or maybe longer. But
what is the empire? You're
like,
gonna need
Roman empires and like all the countries that are or entities and powerful empires that have been on top. They only are on top for a certain amount, and then they fall down to the bottom.
But you're saying 100 years? What 100-year cycle are we in right now?
I can't look it up right now, so I'm so sorry, everybody. I should have prepared and done my research before. But it's something. This is the Intellectual Airheads Podcast. You get half the information. Yeah, it's something about how these empires that are always reigning and in power only last a certain amount of time. You can go back in history, and there's like a lot of examples of this certain amount of time that these nations or things have.
I just got scared about your 100 years
No,
thing.
yeah, because we're close to the end of that numbers.
What was it 100 years ago?
Well, I was thinking that the number was 100 years, but I don't remember what the number is of how long places have to reign power. And so...
Well, and I didn't want to make this whole episode about this either, but
I know, I said that and we're now 30 minutes in.
But I have always been one of those people when someone says like, I don't want to have kids because I don't want to bring kids into this world. Like I've always been so optimistic. Like, no, like Gen Z's coming through. They're going to make a change. We are all
Gen
going
Z's
through.
Disappointed us.
We're all going through like therapy, we're gonna raise better children, like we're gonna change the world, like all of this is like healing and it's like a process, but like our kids aren't gonna grow up in this same world. And now I'm just like, oh my God, I'm like, I want to have girls. And it's like, I don't want them to have to deal with this.
I know.
And it's so fucking depressing. I'm sorry. Like, we can get off of this because it sucks.
Yeah,
but
I have no follow-up statement to that because it's just too depressing to think about and I can't go there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just fucking sucks.
It's the reality. We can't just not talk about the reality.
This is what I was going to say. I read this book a couple months ago and I'm about to like whip it back out, but it's called Empowering the Mad Woman. And it's just about how like women have been oppressed through times for so long. And it just like gives you like examples of like people that have like stood up and fought and how like the oppression like does push you to make a change. And so like I am moving towards having hope again. These past like 4 or 5 days have just been a lot and it's been like hard,
we're okay
but it's
with
like
being depressed
yeah,
right
but it's like, and I will get to it and I feel it coming again. Like we are going to stay strong, but man, they're making it hard.
Yeah, they're making it hard. Totally off note, but sometimes my ring is so big that I can't get in my pants pocket.
Oh my God, maybe
I just want everyone to know that. Well, going into our intellectual and airhead moments of the week, do you have any? Because I have one.
Go
you were
for
there
it.
for it.
Oh my God, yeah, I remember.
Still has to do with the election. But our friend B had an election watch party, which was honestly such a good idea because I would have been in shambles.
It helps so much.
The whole entire night
so much.
when you don't even know what the fucking like results are going to be. I just would have been so stressed out, and just being at her place with her boyfriend and his roommates and her friends and us, it was just like the perfect distraction that we needed. And a lot of people were a lot more educated on the actual process of the election and like everything. And so it was just nice, whatever. And we're like obviously watching and talking about battleground states. And I realize, I look over to Ian and I say, and this is actually so classic me. I look over to Ian and I go, does battleground mean swing state? And he was like, yeah. And then I go, oh my gosh, you guys, have to tell the whole party that I like. So I go, oh my gosh, you guys, when I was seeing battleground states, I thought that was the states that the fucking Civil War took place on. I thought they were battleground states. I didn't realize that it was another name for the swing states. So that was no, not my intellectual. That was my airhead moment.
That was funny.
Of the week. But I don't know why I have to do that. Like I could have just gotten away with just saying it to Ian and then like not telling everybody in the room.
And now not telling everyone.
And then now telling, well, it's my airhead moment. So, that's where we are vulnerable about our.
No, and that's why it's fine.
Can you check if I wrote anything for intellectual? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I feel like it was like, there was like an intellectual part of that.
Yeah, well, the intellectual part of that was that it is basically, it's not where the Civil War took place, but there are a lot of states that were where the Civil War took place that are part of the battleground states because of like the diversity that slavery created in certain areas of the country. But I don't even know if that's all real. Yeah, I just feel like I kind of like what we were already saying. Like, I just feel like I'm misunderstood on politics because obviously I've been very vocal about social justice issues for a little bit now. And so like anyone that knows me or follows me definitely knows where I stand politically because they see how passionate I am about social justice issues. But what they don't realize is that, okay, how do I say this without doing the thing where I'm spreading more hate? The root causes of social justice problems are not going to be solved by any president that we put into power. Okay? I'll put it like that. The people that see me being a social justice warrior, self-proclaimed and called that, somebody called me that to be shady, and it's like, okay, thanks for recognizing my passion. sorry, where was I going? People see that and they don't have, I hate to use the word, critical thinking skills to understand that just because I fight for social justice doesn't mean I'm like a diehard lib who thinks that Kamala Harris is going to save us. And so I just feel frustrated sometimes because I feel like when people want to argue about politics or argue about things, they say so like bipartisan, like so like one or other party.
Yes.
And I just need people to understand that we probably feel the same way about the United States government, but you're so caught up in all this hatred, sorry to say it, and fear, which I know you guys probably think that we are doing the same thing, that you can't understand that, like, I don't know, you can't work together with us, you can't organize with us, and it makes people connect social justice issues to the Democratic Party. I don't know if any of that made sense, but it's really annoying.
No, it does make sense to me.
Because it's like, then people act like want to like point out to me and be like, oh, well, like, the Democrats are using this movement to further their agenda. And I'm like, yeah, and it's pissing me off.
For sure.
Like, you think I don't see it?
No, it's like we're choosing a side. We're not blindly supporting everything about like a person or a party. Like, we think one side is better than the other, and so we're gonna vote that way. And like the stuff that you are vocal about, like you're gonna post about, but also like don't like lump people into like one whole big thing.
Yeah, and then it was like even like that thing I posted, like the thing of like the education statistics, which like I could go so deep into academia's problems and the barriers people have to face to get into higher education and all the problematic shit and white supremacist values that come along with higher education. But I feel better being with the people that are higher educated. I'm sorry. If you don't want to go with people and you think that college education doesn't mean anything and you think it's all stupid and whatever, then that's fine. Vote with people that are uneducated, but don't argue with me what the term uneducated and educated means. If people have higher education, they are more educated than you. I'm not saying that they're 100% more educated in politics or to choose who should be president, but by definition, they are more educated than you. If you have a high school degree and someone dropped out of high school, you are more educated than them. It's like, I don't know, argue with Webster's Dictionary and the Systems of America, not me. Like, yeah. And then like I posted that statistic and it had, it was a statistic of 22,000 people. And then that girl was like, I'm like, I don't even want to bleep out names or anything. So we'll say that girl was like, also, this statistic is based off 22,000 people. Have you not heard of a sample size?
Yeah.
You don't get statistics from the whole population of anything. You take a smaller amount. It's called a sample size. It represents the population and it's not no research like that. It's like
no, and it's like if you were educated,
if you went to college,
you would know about sample sizes.
So it's just like the whole thing, and it's like I'm not acting like people that don't have college educations are less than me. I don't even have a college education yet right now.
No, yeah, and like you said, like my boyfriend didn't go to college. Yeah, your boyfriend doesn't go to college. Like it's not like we're like haters.
Like you're such a loser, and like that would be the most hypocritical thing for me to do. And I still believe, really, don't go to college if you don't have to. But you guys, I don't know anymore though, because in the schools they're not teaching them shit.
I know.
It's just scary, but that's why I'm really happy that I've already been going in this education direction with my social work degree. And I pray to God that the Board of Education the Department of Education does not get closed down by he who shall not be named. And we just got to keep pushing.
Hey, did I sent you that picture on Twitter of Tyra when she was a kitten?
Literally was Frank.
Yeah, right? They look like the same like hair length and stuff.
I told everybody that this cat is going to have long hair. It's going to be a long-haired, beautiful black cat. And Ian and Amanda are like, no.
I don't think I fully said no.
Okay, maybe you didn't say no, but Ian said no. Storm's fur was longer than Frank's when I got her. No, it wasn't. Frank is so cute.
No, yeah. And then I went on my Twitter because I got Tyra my freshman year of college. You want to know what also happened my freshman year of college? I lost or broke my phone probably 8 different times. So I have no pictures whatsoever from my freshman year of college. So I have no pictures of Tyra as a kitten besides these like 4 pictures that I posted on Twitter that I could still go back on my Twitter and look at. And so I found these pictures from like the day I brought her home, and like she literally looks so much like Frank. It's like crazy. Honestly, if I had both of them, it might have been creepy because it's like 2 cats that look so similar, you know?
At that time, it would have maybe been hard. I know that you said, and like, again, I also believe you more because you're more of that animal lover, and like, it's more like it's not even like animal lover. It's like the connection that some people are able to have with animals. Like, it's like, I mean, I just, to make myself feel better, I'm like, that's what you have with people.
Yeah.
But like, some people are just really, really good at connecting with animals. And like, I'm growing on this journey. But like, when Nori was missing for 2 weeks and she got brought back to us, I was looking at her and I was like, is this my cat?
Oh my God.
I was literally like, is this her?
That's so funny.
It's so funny, but I swear.
Well, that happened when my cat Harley like was missing for 3 weeks and he came back. It was like initially when he ran in the house, it was like,
is this you?
Are you Harley? But he also got so skinny, so it was like different too.
Yeah, and that was the same with Nori. She was so beat up, but I mean, Nori's spotting is like, and everything is so obviously her. Like, hello.
Yeah. Little Northiana. I love when you call her that.
Yeah, she's my Northiana. So yeah, we're fully boots down trying to find a home for Frank. The problem is I was gonna post I'm on this Facebook page called FOCO Girls Club.
That's cute.
But I haven't had Facebook in like 2 weeks because of the election. So I'm just like, so I haven't posted anything there about Frank. And I just really wanted him to go to to go to someone that I know, but I just think that the dream is over. Mm-hmm. So I want to take pictures of him sitting with our big lights on and post them.
Yeah, no, she got a picture that was really cute earlier.
But yeah, so we're trying to find someone to take Frank. But anyways, I was listening to my favorite pod, and they were talking about how Hannah Montana's debut album came out the same day as Taylor Swift's debut album.
What a time to be alive.
Right? How weird is that? Because it's not like, I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know the inner and outer workings, but I highly doubt that anyone knew what either of them were going to aspire to. And we're like, oh, let's drop these on the same day as like a competitive thing.
Yeah. I mean, no one could have guessed what either of them were going to do.
I know.
Debut, which is crazy. That's honestly why I love watching Harry Potter, like the first one, because it's like, you don't know about all the shenanigans you're about to get into. And right now rewatching Vampire Diaries, I'm like, you don't know that you guys are going to date at one point. And like, you know, it's just like funny when you like go back and like look at something from a long time ago and just like think about like the possibilities that are like about to like happen to this person. But you could also say that for yourself. It's like we can look 5 years, 10 years from now and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that that's
I know
what happened, which is so cool.
But I'm glad we ended up in this conversation, because if you're a real fan and you listen to every episode and watch the videos and stuff, last week we were talking about aging gracefully. I meant aging like naturally.
Yes.
And I thought that was like what the term meant, because I feel like but now I'm looking back and I just think it's still playing into a lot of the beauty stuff. But I thought that they say like Jennifer Aniston, like she's aged gracefully, but I think that they're just saying because she still looks good. Even though she obviously looks aged a little. So it's still playing into the beauty things. What I was calling for is we need more people to age naturally and be role models of that, because it's really like, especially me watching so much Housewives, like these women are 60 years old and they look 30. Like it's really fucks with my brain, and I know I should probably just stop consuming that type of media, but
it's hard
like,
not to. That's everything in the media.
Yeah, why is it always my responsibility?
No, that's like everything in the media is these unrealistic beauty standards. Yeah. And that's like almost why I want to like move to like Italy or Spain, because I feel like the people there like aren't getting like maybe like in Milan or something like that.
I feel like Italy would still be bad.
It's getting like Botox and stuff, but like
I think it's a worldwide thing.
Really? You don't think in certain countries it's like way more people that like have wrinkles and are just like beautiful older
probably,
women?
Definitely.
You know,
definitely.
like I just think we don't see like any of that.
Yeah, we don't
at all. Like beautifully wrinkled women that like have look like they've lived their life and have had a good time and have smiled a lot and have been in the sun. And it's like, why are we making that seem like that's not like a good thing?
Yeah.
And it's like with age like comes wisdom and intelligence, and it's like, why are we like making that seem like that's a bad thing?
We need
like,
a culture shift.
I don't get it. Like, why do you want everyone to look like prepubescent? Like,
so that's what I was talking about, and that's what I was saying. I definitely think Miley Cyrus won't get work done. I think that she'll.
I mean, she probably has gotten Botox already.
Yeah, she definitely has. But I just feel like she'll let herself age, like in a like.
I mean, I don't think she'll get a facelift, but also Dolly Parton is her like godmother role model, and she is all like, I don't give a shit if it's fake.
Yeah, I know,
which I love her for being so open about it and stuff. But open. It's like,
I don't know.
I still don't aspire to be that way, and I want, like you said, like I want to be surrounded by people who like don't care as much because I don't care that much. But you guys are making me feel like I should care.
Yeah, and like the other thing that I feel like you won't relate to this, maybe you will, I don't know, but I saw like a meme or something about it on how like when I was 25 I used to look back on pictures of me at 22 and be like, oh my gosh, I was so cute, I'm so upset I don't look like that anymore. Then when I was 27 I looked back at pictures of me at 25 and I thought, oh my gosh, I was so cute, why don't I look at that anymore? And then at 30 I look, you know, like that. And I did do that more so like around 25. I would look back at my earlier 20s and be like, why did I have to be so mentally ill? Because I was so cute. And now I've just completely dropped that, and I've just been enjoying what I look like in the present moment because I know it's only going to keep changing, and I'm only going to keep looking back. Even though when I look back at certain times and certain pictures, I'm like, I am aging like fine wine.
Fine wine, okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Together, like sometimes I look at pictures of me and Anne when we first started dating, and I'm like, we were not cute. We weren't even a cute couple.
That's so funny.
But like at the time, I'm like, we were the cutest couple. So hopefully that's not how it's portrayed now. Now everybody's been like, we've actually been lying to you for 9 years, and you guys are not a cute couple.
How often have you guys been mistaken for siblings?
Surprisingly, never. I think we look so alike.
Never. Wow.
I just don't know when the situation would be. Like, also, I think that the cuteness factor of me and Ian, I mean, obviously we're both fine ass motherfuckers, but like, I don't think the cuteness comes so much of just how we look. I think it's when people spend time with us and like see our dynamic together. And so like, maybe that's why no one's ever taken us as siblings, is because I'm probably have been touching him in some way in the 30 seconds they've been around. Because I could only imagine that being like, what, at a restaurant? Like when people be like, you guys brother and sister? Like, I feel like people see two people of the opposite sex and automatically are like, they're dating.
Agreed.
So like, it's never happened.
Which sucks.
But me and Ian are starting to morph and look the same. And I saw something that best friends do it too. So I'm wondering if we're going to ever look alike but we've already been best friends for so long. It would have happened by now.
And like, we just are so different looking that it's like, I don't think that'll ever happen.
We end up losing our whole brand because we look the same.
No, it's like how like you're 10 feet taller than me. Like I obviously have dark hair. Like even if I went blonde, we would not look alike. Like,
and you have sharper features. I have really round, like bally. Like my nose, I cannot with my nose. I literally.
Oh my god! Don't draw attention to my nose.
Sorry.
I have my.
I just like I was watching the YouTube episode when we did where Linda and Alphaba, and I was like, when they talk about the animals with certain types of beauty, I am so bunny. Yeah, it's actually insane. Like the amount that I look like a bunny. Yeah, is kind of weird.
Have you ever been a bunny for Halloween?
Girl, you don't remember when in Tallahassee when I have bunny ears up there in my closet. It's one of my go-to. I was a bunny when we went out to High Point last year for Halloween. Oh. And I was a bunny one time in Tallahassee with you.
Oh, I can picture the bunny in Tallahassee. I was an army girl, right?
Yeah, which both those costumes are. You looked way better. Like, Amanda and Tally looked way better than Kelly and Tally. Like, that's the time in my life I look back on. I had that long hair, little glasses, but I do want to get little glasses again. I'm going to get little glasses.
I'm excited for you to get new glasses. I feel like it like changes your whole like
I know
dynamic, like your aesthetic.
I know.
It's fun. It's like, oh, who's this new bitch?
I know, and I haven't gotten new glasses since 2020, so we definitely need a fucking every new president, I'll get it.
Oh, okay. Until
kidding.
he just like completely destroys democracy and just reigns forever.
No, I know.
No, Taylor sent me a thing. Sorry, we're going back to it again. Taylor sent me this thing about how he pretty much has like no checks on his power right now because of the way everything's set up at the moment, with like everything being like more.
I know,
like,
I know.
He has no checks on his power, and it's like we've created this checks and balances system, and it's completely like it's gone skewed now. Yeah.
Yep, they're calling it the red wave.
Oh, God.
And it's like so funny because it's literally like, okay, can we just call it the red tide? Like, hello, how do you not hear that and think of that as so alarming? Do you know what the red tide is?
Yeah, the toxic algae bloom. Yeah, I mean, we lived through it.
Y'all are literally the red tide. Y'all are literally the algae bloom
that kills everything.
Like, you're killing everything.
No, I was saying this to Kelly on like the night of the election. Like, why does it have to be fucking red?
I know, it's
like
so
it's
alarming.
like, oh my God, like the whole state's blood. Like I mean the whole country. Like why it's red? Like you really want to side with the red and not the calm blue?
It's so alarming. It is annoying that.
But I'm so glad we're not red. Like
I know,
but because it just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be. I know. I wanted to explain. I thought of a good analogy to explain to men who don't care about politics using football. So I was thinking to explain it to them as imagine two teams are playing each other, and one team, like, you don't really have like too strong of connections to, but like you kind of like agree with some of the things that they've done with their lineups and the way that the plays that they call. And the other team is just literally every single thing you hate about the sport football, and all the dirty moves that you can play and all the nasty things you can get away with. And also, if this team wins, you may possibly never get to watch football ever again.
Yeah.
Who are you going to vote for?
That part.
So I thought that was good. Like, I just feel like the part of like, because it's like, okay, obviously, I'm pretty sure we're not going to lose our right to vote, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay. But hope got us here in the first place. This is like, I mean, I know we're like kind of giggling and laughing, but like, this is really making us act like out of character.
No. Again, I'm
Man,
Joy.
That has been so...
I'm Joy. I am fucking not right now.
Because Amanda's not anger. Even sadness. I was going to say, Amanda has not even been sadness. She's been straight up anger.
Well, oh my God. So normally my anger like manifests in sadness. Like I don't get angry. When I get angry, it ends up being tears, and I'm just sad that I feel angry, and I never really get that feeling of anger. Something like even besides this point happened to me last night. And I felt solely anger for like the first time like ever, I think. Like I wasn't even crying. I was just so fucking mad.
Yeah.
And like this is just like a new wave. This is like a new like I feel like a new personality trait on my little board from Inside Out. It's like I
navigating the
but
election.
Also I think it's a good thing. Like I've let stuff fly for way too long, and I'm like a lot of my like mantras recently have been like regaining my power and regaining my courage and like stepping into my power, and I feel like this is only like fueling it more.
Yeah.
Like I am not gonna let people walk all over me anymore. I'm gonna stand up for what I want. I don't care if like my like how I feel is going to make someone feel bad anymore. Like I'm done. Like I can't.
This is exciting.
I can't with it anymore because I know that I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm going to stop making myself smaller to like make other people feel better. Like it's done.
No, this is great. No, this is great. That was amazing.
See, and then this me go back to apology. Then apology.
I mean, like, sorry
all
for
women.
Sorry for feeling that. No, I think it's amazing, and I think it's going to be good, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm excited until obviously it's going to happen to me, and then I'm going to be like, ugh, this is Manda's new Manda, and I need to be okay with it because it's so much healthier for us and for her own self. But it's just all fucked up, and There was something that I was going to say, but I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, you all done fucked up. Not you that are watching because love you, but and now you're going to face the wrath of Manda. This blue wave is coming in.
His kitty cat wave. Oh, I don't know if they could see him. He was so close and then I moved my feet. Well, we kind of ended up just talking about the election this whole entire episode, so...
Yeah, the next episode won't be like this probably. We'll get back to like being like a healthy distraction from all of this, but it's just really hard right now not to talk about it. So keep listening. We won't do this all the time. I'm sorry, but hopefully maybe it's cathartic and it's good that like you're hearing this and it's almost like venting with a friend.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and you guys are definitely not alone. We will get through this, and something that I've been trying to do is just really still like have those small joys and really still be around the people that I don't have to explain this shit to, and I don't have to justify or hide my emotions about it all. Like, we are all sad and we are together, and we're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We love you.
We love you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and give 5 stars reviews if you're listening on the audio streaming sites.
Frank is doing flips.
I know. Frank is very happy. Love you all. Bye.
Love you.